Have you ever glanced at the clock and it's 11:11? Not once, not twice, but over and over again? And in that fleeting second, something deep inside you pauses, as if time itself is whispering to your soul. Look closer. This is not a coincidence. This is a calling. This is a portal. When you see 11:11, you are standing at a divine threshold, a symbolic mirror where your outer world and your inner world align, just for a moment, to remind you that something bigger is happening. And maybe, just maybe, you've felt it. That quiet tug in your chest, that sense that something is shifting, that your old life no longer fits, and your new life hasn't quite arrived. That feeling, that ache, that anticipation, is not emptiness, it is awakening. Your angels want you to know, you are not alone. You are waking up. Angel numbers are sacred signs sent from the divine, subtle codes of guidance that speak directly to your heart's frequency. They're not random, they are rhythmic, intentional, designed to pierce through the noise and touch the soul. Carl Jung once spoke of synchronicity, meaningful coincidences that seem to defy logic, but feel profoundly right. 11:11 is one of the most powerful of these synchronicities, a soul nudge from the universe, a loving reminder from your spirit team, a whisper from the divine blueprint of your life. Something sacred is unfolding. Pay attention, you're not imagining it, you are remembering. So what is 11:11? Numerologically, it is a powerful activation code. The number 1 symbolizes new beginnings, independence, initiation, and the spark of divine will. When doubled, 11, it becomes a master number in numerology, often referred to as the number of spiritual insight, illumination, and lightwork. And when 11 is mirrored into 11:11, its energy doesn't just double, it expands. It becomes exponential. Think of it like this: each one is a pillar, a gateway, a frequency beam. Together they create a corridor of light, a spiritual passageway between realms, timelines, dimensions. When you see 11:11, the veil is thinner, your intuition is sharper, the divine is speaking, and your soul is listening. In spiritual teachings across the world, from ancient Egyptian cosmology to modern-day metaphysics, the concept of gateways has always been sacred. Moments of convergence, times when the stars align, the energies heighten, and transformation becomes inevitable. That's what 11:11 is. It is the moment before the moment. It is the hush before the leap. It is the breath before you become who you were always meant to be. And if you're here, listening to this, you've already heard the call. Maybe you're going through a difficult time right now. Maybe you've let go of things, people, places, parts of yourself that once felt safe. Maybe the future feels uncertain, and your heart is aching for clarity. Your angels want you to know, this is not the end. This is your threshold. The old you is dissolving, and something beautiful, something luminous, is trying to be born through you. That's why 11:11 keeps showing up. It's not just a number, it's a mirror, a portal, a sacred pause in time that whispers, you are ready. As we move deeper into this journey together, we'll explore exactly why you're seeing 11:11, and how it marks the beginning of an incredible shift in your soul's timeline. Because when you align with 11:11, you align with destiny. So take a breath, settle in, and prepare to receive, because your awakening is already happening. There comes a time in every soul's journey when the old life begins to feel too small, not because you've failed, but because you've grown. And just before the new emerges, something begins to whisper through the veil, at first softly, then louder, clearer, and often, that whisper looks like this: 11:11 red. If you're seeing 11:11, it's no coincidence. You're being called, you're being awakened, you are being lovingly guided back to yourself. This number is not just a sign, it is a mirror that reflects who you truly are, not the roles you've played, not the masks you've worn, but the soul underneath it all, quietly rising to the surface. 11:11 is the echo of your higher self, the version of you that remembers why you came here, the version of you that is whole, wise, luminous, and infinitely connected. Your angels want you to know, if this number has been appearing again and again, on clocks, receipts, phone screens, addresses, you are not imagining things. You are being tuned. You're being nudged, not just from within, but from the cosmos. This is a vibrational awakening. Look, your energy is shifting. Your frequency is rising. Your inner world is expanding to hold more truth, more light, more love than ever before. Yes, that shift can feel strange, even disorienting. You may find yourself questioning your path. You might suddenly feel disconnected from people, places, or goals that once felt meaningful. You might be waking up at odd hours, having vivid or symbolic dreams. You might feel more sensitive, more emotional, more tender than usual. These are not signs of brokenness. They are signs of becoming. You are not falling apart. You are being rebuilt from the inside out. 1111 often appears at the beginning of what many spiritual teachers call the awakening process, a moment in your timeline when the soul begins to remember itself. It's a spiritual checkpoint. You may begin to feel like you're standing between worlds, one foot in your old life, and one foot in a reality that is still forming. That's okay. You're not late. You're not lost. You're exactly where you're meant to be. This is your transition zone. The sacred in-between. You may be asking yourself questions you've never asked before. Why am I really here? What if my purpose is bigger than I ever imagined? What parts of me have I abandoned? And how can I bring them home? These are not surface-level thoughts. These are soul prompts, whispers from your divine self urging you to rise, to explore, to remember. The number 1111 is your angelic confirmation that you are waking up for a reason, and that reason is rooted in love, truth, and divine timing. Even in high vibration, 1111 brings expansion, vision, clarity, and alignment. It's the feeling of being in flow, of knowing you're co-creating with something greater, of recognizing signs everywhere, and feeling them, not just understanding but embodying the knowing. In lower vibration, 1111 can show up as confusion, overwhelm, or existential discomfort. And that's okay too, because every awakening comes with its contractions. But no matter where you are in the wave, the message remains. You're not going backward. You're becoming new. Here's a reflection for your heart. Where in your life are you feeling called to change, even if it scares you? What parts of your inner truth have you been ignoring, dimming, or hiding? Can you trust that your current discomfort is part of something sacredly orchestrated? Because the truth is, if you're seeing 1111, you're already saying yes to a higher version of your life. And every yes is heard by the universe. As we journey deeper, we'll begin to unlock the energy behind this code, starting with the number that forms its foundation. Because to understand 1111, we must first understand the power of one, the number of beginnings, independence, divine creation, and the light of your soul becoming form. So take another breath. Let yourself feel held in this moment. And let's continue walking through this divine portal together. Take a moment and place your hand on your heart. Feel that beat, steady, constant, true. That is your beginning. That is one. For as if you're seeing 1111, you're being invited into the sacred frequency of the number one, not just once but 4 times over. This isn't just a pattern, it's a cosmic declaration. And what does the number one truly represent? Beginnings, creation, individuality, divine will. It is the spark before the flame, the inhale before the exhale, the soul before the story. The number one says, I exist. It whispers, you are the origin point of your reality. Your angels want you to know. When you see 1111, you're not just witnessing a sign. You are standing in the vibration of sacred selfhood. In numerology, one carries the energy of the leader, the pioneer, the initiator. It's the soul that carves a path where there was none. It doesn't follow, it creates. And yet, this isn't about ego, it's about essence. Because the high vibration of one is not domination, it's illumination. It is not about being the best, it is about becoming your truest self. The number one reminds you of your sovereignty, that divine, unshakable truth, that your soul has its own compass, its own truth, its own rhythm. When repeated in the sacred formation of 1111, the energy of one becomes magnified, intensified, like 4 pillars of light. Imagine this with me. 1, 1, 1. 4 beams, 4 gateways. A portal you are walking through, not towards someone else's destiny, but your own. Each one becomes a mirror. Each mirror reflects a different aspect of your soul. The part of you that remembers, the part of you that chooses, the part of you that creates, the part of you that becomes, and all of them are you. In mythology, the number one is often expressed through archetypes, like the hero or the magician, the ones who rise from nothing, guided by something unseen. The hero takes the first step. The magician channels divine energy through their will. Both trust the invisible. This is your moment of stepping into that same archetypal journey. If you've been feeling the call to start something new, a dream, a healing path, a shift in your relationships or career, 1111 is your soul's permission slip. Your angels want you to know, you have the power to begin again. And more than that, you were born to. But here's the beauty. The number 1 doesn't mean walking alone. In truth, it teaches us that we are each one, yet we are all one. Oneness is not separation. It's sacred integration. It's the understanding that when you honor your truth, you uplift the collective. So when you say yes to your authenticity, when you choose your healing, when you follow your intuition, you are contributing to the healing of the entire human family. You are a ripple of divine change. Here's something to reflect on. What truth is awakening in you right now? Where in your life are you being asked to lead, even if it's just by example? Can you trust the wisdom of your first instinct, your inner one? Because you are not here to blend in. You are here to become. You are here to align with the highest version of yourself, the one you were always meant to be. And so, if you're ready, let's take this journey further. Let's step into the deeper formation of 1111, not just as a number, but as a gateway, a passage between dimensions, a threshold of transformation. Because what if 1111 isn't just showing up on your clock, but in your soul? Take a deep breath, in and out. Now close your eyes for just a moment. And picture this, a golden doorway floating in the stars, not outside of you, but within. Its edges shimmer with light. Its shape, perfectly symmetrical. It hums gently, vibrating with an energy that feels ancient, familiar, loving. On the surface of this doorway, 4 glowing digits appear, 1111. And just like that, something in your soul remembers. If you've been seeing 1111 over and over again, on clocks, receipts, license plates, or in your dreams, your angels want you to know, this is not just a sign. It is a portal, a gateway of frequency, an opening in the matrix of your old self, inviting you into a higher version of your being. 1111 is what mystics call a gateway number, a vibrational bridge between dimensions. It signals that you are ready to shift timelines, to leave behind the illusion of separation and step into the remembrance of who you truly are. It's the soul's way of whispering, you are ready for more truth, more alignment, more light. You are being lovingly guided into what many call the ascension journey, a movement from 3D consciousness into 5D awareness. But what does that really mean? Ilathala. In the 3D world, we see ourselves as separate. We are our names, our jobs, our struggles. Life feels heavy. We identify with fear, comparison, survival. But the 5D realm, it is the realm of soul. It is unconditional love, unity, presence, intuition. It's when your inner world becomes more real than the outer. And 11 is your invitation to enter. Your angels want you to know, every time you see 1111, your soul is activating. It is aligning you with a higher frequency. It's not just about awareness, it's about remembering. Remembering that you are infinite, that you are energy, that you are part of the great unfolding, not by chance, but by divine design. Many people report that 1111 begins to appear during times of profound change. Have you been through loss recently? A breakup, a death, a shift in identity, a spiritual awakening? Have you felt like parts of you are falling away? Old beliefs, toxic cycles, identities that no longer fit. This isn't breakdown, this is breakthrough. 1111 shows up when your soul is ready to emerge from the ashes, to say, the old is done, I'm stepping into something new. It's not uncommon for this number to appear when the inner child, the innocent, emotional, deeply feeling part of you, meets your higher self, the wise, loving, divine guide within. At 1111, those two aspects of you hold hands. The child says, I'm scared. The higher self replies, you're safe now. And in that moment, something inside of you begins to heal. Because 1111 is not just a sign of awakening, it is a sign of integration, of your parts coming back together, of your soul returning to wholeness. In spiritual teachings, this moment is called an activation. Think of it like your DNA receiving a new light code. Your intuition expands, your energy body clears. You begin to feel, often for the first time, that life has deeper meaning. You may start to feel more sensitive to energy, have vivid dreams or intuitive downloads, notice synchronicities everywhere, crave solitude or nature, question old beliefs, feel more connected to animals, music, the stars. All of this is part of your ascension. And 1111 is your confirmation. So what can you do when you see 1111? Pause, breathe, place your hand on your heart, and say, I am open to receiving. I trust the journey. I walk through this gateway with grace. Then notice what begins to shift, because it will. Your relationships may realign, opportunities may appear, but more than anything, you will begin to feel lighter. Because you are no longer just living life. You are embodying your light. Reflection prompts. Feel free to journal or meditate on these. What am I being called to let go of at this moment? What version of myself is emerging? Where am I being guided to show up more fully? With love, with truth, with soul. Let your answers come softly, because the portal is open, and you are walking through it. And now, as we continue this journey together, there's one more thing to understand. Once you've walked through the gateway of 1111, everything begins to change. Your thoughts, your energy, your choices, your path, all begin to vibrate at a new frequency. So let's talk about what happens after. Let's explore how to integrate this new light into your everyday life. You've seen 11. 11. You've felt the pull, the stirrings, the whispers. You've stepped through the gateway into a new vibration, a new way of being. But now you might be wondering, what happens next? Your angels want you to know, if you're seeing 1111, you're not just awakening, you are integrating. This is the sacred space after the insight, when the energy you've received begins to settle into your physical life. And while it may feel magical at times, it can also feel disorienting. Let's be real, spiritual growth is not always neat and tidy. Sometimes it's a beautiful mess. After seeing 1111, don't be surprised if your world starts to shift, sometimes in ways you didn't expect. Relationships begin to change. Some people may drift away. Others may enter your life suddenly, feeling like home. This is your soul tribe. Those who resonate with your new vibration. Old dynamics may no longer feel aligned. You may feel called to set stronger boundaries, speak your truth, or walk away from toxicity, even if it scares you. And that's okay. Your angels want you to remember, not everyone can come with you. You are not abandoning anyone. You are honoring your path. You may also notice your career or life direction begins to evolve. A job that once felt safe may suddenly feel limiting. A calling you once ignored now grows louder and louder in your chest. This is your soul's blueprint activating. You are being lovingly guided toward purpose, toward contribution, toward truth. It may not always feel comfortable, but it will feel real. Emotionally, you might find yourself on a bit of a roller coaster. One day you're overflowing with clarity, love, and gratitude. The next you're deep in confusion, grief, or even anger. This is normal. This is integration. You are shedding layers of identity, of illusion, of inherited pain. And like a snake releasing its old skin, the process can feel raw, but it is sacred. During this time, your intuition sharpens. You begin to sense things before they happen. You feel energy more deeply. You receive signs and synchronicities, little winks from the universe, reminding you that you're not alone. Pay attention to these moments. They are guideposts, breadcrumbs from the divine. And yes, you may even start attracting people and opportunities that feel like they were placed in your path on purpose. Because they were. When your vibration changes, your external reality begins to reflect it. This is the mirror effect. Life begins to mirror the inner work you've done. So how do you move through this chapter with grace? You listen, you rest, you soften, and you ask yourself questions like, what is trying to leave my life right now? What is trying to arrive? Where am I resisting change and why? How can I love myself through this transition? These are not just journal prompts, they are soul prompts. Let your answers come from the heart, even if they surprise you, even if they ask you to be brave. Your angels want you to remember, you are not broken, you are becoming, you are not lost, you are recalibrating, you are not falling apart, you are being put back together, in the image of your higher self. If you feel tender, uncertain, or overwhelmed, take a breath, put your hand on your heart, and say, I trust what's unfolding. I am safe in the unknown, because you are. Seeing 1111 marks the beginning of a divine realignment. You are remembering who you are. You are stepping into your true path, one aligned with your soul, not your programming. And yes, change can be challenging, but you are not alone in it. The universe is walking with you, every step, every shift, every sacred unraveling. And now that we've explored what begins to change after 1111, let's take the next step in your ascension journey. How can we work with this energy consciously? How do we not just receive the message, but embody it? If you're seeing 1111 again and again, your angels are not just sending a message. They are inviting you into divine alignment. This is not a random signal. It is a sacred whisper, a vibrational doorway. And now, you're being lovingly asked to walk through it with intention. Because when you align with the energy of 1111, you no longer just receive the message. You become the message. So how do we work with this energy? How do we co-create with the universe when 1111 becomes a part of our spiritual language? Let's begin, not with action, but with stillness. Usolal meditation and breathwork for 1111 alignment. If you're seeing 1111, you are in an energetic gateway, a moment where your vibration is shifting. In these moments, one of the most powerful things you can do is pause, breathe, drop into presence. Try this simple practice. Find a quiet space, sit comfortably, close your eyes, inhale for 4 seconds, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. Do this 11 times, breathing in golden white light with each cycle. Imagine that light aligning your energy field with your soul's highest timeline. You are not just breathing, you are tuning your vibration. Crystal and color therapies. 1111 is associated with clarity, divine insight, and new beginnings. Crystals like clear quartz, amethyst, and celestite amplify your intuition and open your crown chakra to receive divine downloads. Wear white or violet, colors that signify purity, spiritual wisdom, and connection to the divine. Let the tools around you become symbols of the frequency you are embodying. Affirmations and visualizations. Your subconscious mind responds powerfully to words and imagery. Speak to it with love and intention. Affirmation: I am aligned with the divine flow of the universe. I trust the timing of my life. 1111 reminds me that I am exactly where I need to be. Every sign I receive brings me closer to my truth. Then visualize you standing between 2 glowing pillars of light, the 11 and the 11. Beyond them, a golden path. You take a step forward. Each footfall feels lighter, freer, truer. You are walking your soul path, awakened, aligned, whole. Soul journaling. What is 1111 trying to tell you? Your angels want you to know you have your own unique connection to this number. Yes, 1111 is universal, but it's also intimately personal. So ask your soul, what does 1111 mean for me right now? What am I being invited to release? What new reality am I being called to step into? Where is my soul trying to lead me? Write freely, without judgment. You may be surprised at what arises. This is how you create an open channel for divine guidance. Embracing divine timing and surrender. Perhaps the hardest yet most powerful practice when working with 1111 is letting go. Letting go of how things should unfold. Letting go of when you think it's time. Letting go of the need to control. 1111 often appears when your soul is shifting timelines. When you are moving out of old karmic loops and into a space of trust and surrender. This is not passive. It is a deep, sacred collaboration with the divine. And your angels are reminding you, if it hasn't arrived yet, it's not because you're behind. It's because it's still being woven in realms unseen. Surrender is not giving up. It is opening up to something bigger, something wiser, something perfectly timed. You are being lovingly guided to become a conscious participant in your evolution. You are not waiting for miracles. You are the miracle. When you say yes to the message of 1111, you say yes to alignment, to expansion, to your soul's full radiant expression. So breathe deeply, visualize clearly, affirm your truth, write your soul's wisdom, and trust the unfolding. Now that you've begun to work with the energy of 1111 consciously, there's one more layer to explore, something deeper, older, something rooted not just in this life, but in the echoes of other lifetimes. Because chances are this isn't your first time seeing it. You've danced with 1111 before, across lifetimes, across timelines. Let's uncover the soul cycles behind this divine number. Have you ever looked at 11 and felt something stir deep within you? Something ancient, unspoken, familiar, as if you weren't just seeing a number, but remembering a language your soul has always known. If you're seeing 1111, it's not your first time, not in this lifetime, and not in lifetimes long before. This number, this portal, is not merely a sign of your awakening. It is a soul code, a sacred imprint encoded into the very fabric of who you are. When you see it now, in this modern world of noise and screens, it is not by chance. It is remembrance, reincarnation, soul contracts and karmic echoes. You are an old soul, one who has walked this earth many times, in different bodies, different cultures, different centuries, yet always carrying the same essence. And woven into your reincarnation story are the threads of soul contracts, agreements made before birth to heal, to learn, to love, and to serve. You may have chosen your family to heal ancestral lines. You may have chosen your challenges to activate courage and compassion. You may have chosen your timing, because now is when the world needed your light. 1111 shows up to remind you of your dharma, your soul's sacred path. It echoes across lifetimes, like a divine drumbeat. Each time you see it, you are being called back to your eternal purpose. Myths, stars, and forgotten civilizations. The number 1111 is etched into the myths and memories of civilizations long forgotten. Lemuria, Atlantis, ancient Egypt, places where wisdom wasn't taught, it was remembered. In Lemuria, 1111 was said to be a light code held in the DNA, a frequency that activated when the soul was ready to rise. In Atlantis, it was used in sacred geometry and temple alignments, a number that opened portals to other dimensions. Even now, many lightworkers believe that 1111 is a starseed activation, a reminder that your soul may not be from Earth alone. You carry cosmic memory. You are stardust with a mission, sacred geometry, and the timeless template. If you look at 1111 as symbols, you'll see symmetry, reflection, balance. The first 11 mirrors the second. The self mirrors the soul. The physical mirrors the divine. It is the visual language of sacred geometry. It carries the vibration of harmony, truth, and oneness. This is not random. This is soul design. You are remembering the architecture of the universe. Word though, where have I seen this before? Pause with this reflection. Where? In your dreams, visions, or memories, have you felt this number before? Was it in a childhood dream? A vision you had while meditating? A moment in nature that felt like time stopped? These are not coincidences. These are echoes, your soul reaching across the veil, reminding you that you've walked this path before. So ask yourself, what ancient part of me is waking up? What soul gifts am I ready to reclaim? What healing have I come here to complete? Let these questions become invitations to dive deeper, to trust more fully, to honor the cyclical nature of your own becoming. You are the bridge between worlds, and so we arrive here, at the edge of time and timelessness. You, standing between your past lives and your future destinies. A soul with roots in the stars, but feet planted gently on earth. 1111 reminds you, you are the bridge, the memory and the mission, the echo and the evolution. Your angels want you to know, you were never alone in this. And this number, this portal, has always been guiding you back to your truth. In our final chapter of this sacred journey, we will explore what it truly means to live as a soul-aligned being, to embody the frequency of 1111 in every step, breath, and choice. You've remembered who you are. Now it's time to walk in that light. Let's talk about becoming the living embodiment of 11. If you've made it this far, it's not by accident. It's not by coincidence. It's by divine design. Your angels want you to know you were meant to receive this message now, not a moment sooner, not a moment later, because you are ready. A whisper from the angelic realm. Take a breath and listen with your soul. These words are not just spoken, they are sent, wrapped in light, carried on wings, delivered with the soft grace of a sunrise. Here is what your angels want you to remember. Beloved one, you are seen, you are heard, you are never alone. Every step you've taken, even the ones that felt wrong, were right. Every tear you've cried, watered the roots of who you're becoming. Every moment of doubt, carved space for divine trust. The 1111 you keep seeing, that is your soul speaking to you, echoing across lifetimes, reminding you, you are awakening, you are not broken, you are blooming, you are worthy of the shift. The greatest lie the world ever told you was that you had to earn your worth. But your angels want you to know, you were born worthy, worthy of love, worthy of guidance, worthy of miracles. You do not need to do more, prove more, or become more. You only need to remember. Remember the light you carry. Remember the divine intelligence flowing through your breath. Remember that even in silence, you are in sacred communication with the universe. If you're seeing 1111, it's not just a sign of what's coming. It's confirmation of who you already are. You are the shift. You are the one you've been waiting for. And yes, sweet soul, you are ready. A divine embrace. Close your eyes for a moment. Place your hand gently over your heart and feel it, not just beating, but speaking. You are being held, right now, by unseen hands, by loving guides, by the great mystery of it all. Feel the warmth. That's your angel. Feel the stillness. That's divine presence. Feel the tears. That's your soul saying, I remember. Nothing more is needed in this moment. Only this sacred knowing. You are aligned. You are supported. You are rising. Reflection prompts for the soul. As we close, take these soul questions with you. Let them dance in your journal. Let them echo in your meditations. Where in my life am I already living as the light? What part of me is asking to be loved more deeply? How can I be the bridge, for myself and for others? Let these questions open doors, not for answers, but for revelations. Because your angels want you to live, not just with clarity, but with sacred curiosity. Rete a final blessing. An invitation so dear one. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel the fullness of your becoming. You are not walking alone. You never were. Every feather you find, every sparkle of light, every synchronous moment is a reminder. The universe is alive and dancing with you. Your guides are celebrating you. Your soul is rising to meet you. You are not broken. You are not behind. You are not lost. You are on time. You are aligned. You are ready. Let this be your mantra. Let this be your medicine. Let this be your mirror. I am the shift. I am the light. I am ready. And when you're ready to walk through the next portal, we'll be waiting. Your angels, your guides, your soul tribe, all holding the light with you. From my heart to yours, if this journey moved you, please share it, not just for you, but for someone else who's waiting to remember. Leave a comment with what 1111 means to you. Subscribe if you'd like to receive more messages like this, and explore the description for a free 1111 guided affirmation, a gift from me to your spirit. We are walking each other home, and now, your path is lit, your wings are open, and your time has come. Go gently, go bravely, go with love. You are ready.
These 2 videos on your screen aren't random. The divine guides them. Click to watch both. They hold something special for you.